Clock throwing again. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Sammy Watkins with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. Extra point safely through, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Back to the air. Luck on 2nd down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And his pass is intercepted. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. On 2nd and 10, Locke. Looking deep downfield. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. A shotgun snap for Locke. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep left. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for the Eagles on third down. 44 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there isn't a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. The Eagles on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Here's Luck. Forced out to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Pretty good job escaping the pressure. Gets him 15 yards on the scramble, but now it's 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Luck. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That's 3 touchdown passes now for Andrew Luck. And the Eagles add on to their lead. The extra point up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And that'll be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Wilson operating from the gun. And this one is incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Luck on first down. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go deep. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there just before halftime. And even 50 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Flush to his right. And they'll get him down here at the 23. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. On third down, Wilson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Yeah, this is taken at the 23. You call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Second and 10, Luck again. Steps away to his left. And my goodness, another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now a handoff looking right. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Now Wilson to throw on 3rd down. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. And out now come the Eagles. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have is chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. On 2nd down, here's Locke. Going up top. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DJ Moore, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles are pouring it on. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Cowboys. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says, try something different. Try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Pulled in at the 24. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats?
Who?
You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear
that is
by the time we have to leave the booth.
Able to shake him off. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Danny Shelton breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Love. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And got his man complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive the team towards a victory.
To throw is Love. Going deep here for Watkins. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Sammy Watkins, 34 yards. And the Eagles continue to roll.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jordan Lewis.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
After the interception, it's Love. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Well, the obvious goal is to try and score a touchdown, but at the least, Adding to a pretty big yardage total for his intended receiver there, huh?
Yeah, well, when you got a guy over 150 yards, keep chucking it deep to him, I guess.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can get it to him short, and he can make plays that way. But I like what you just said. Throw it to him deep and get it in a big chunk.
But incomplete on that try. Here's Luck now on second down. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go deep left. He's got him in. Complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Give him 30 yards there.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate, except if you're playing on defense, because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back foot. Pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't do that right now.
No, you can't do that at all. And I think one of the hardest things for a guy having a day like this one is to find a way to just kind of get out of it, kind of get yourself back to neutral. Because what you try and do is make even more spectacular plays to make up for it, and it usually leads to more bad ones.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing again is Lott. Eluding the pressure right. And he finds Cook. A good pickup there, a 22.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Play action. It's Lott. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
To throw on second down is Lott. Going for the deep ball. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Sammy Watkins, 36 yards. And the Eagles are pouring it on. So now here's Luck as his guys will go for 2 here. Out of the gun, Luck. And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out now come the Cowboys. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Khalil Mack in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Wilson trying to lay one up deep. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now, a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Love. Buying time to his left. And now here is another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. After the interception, here's Wilson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They'll throw again from their own end zone. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
And he comes back with one complete. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a 1st down. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now Wilson on second down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Fisher. And they work this out past the 25. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Now Wilson on first down. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the fourth quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, here's Lott. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Sammy Watkins, 39 yards. And a forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Eagles. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Jakeem Grant now to return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
On second down, Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more, plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. From the 50, it's Lott. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 48 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. A shotgun snap for Lott. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Trying to go back to Watkins, and now it's second down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And that's going to be caught for an
Eagles touchdown. Tyler Higbee, his second touchdown on the season. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Eagles. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. Extra point up and through. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here comes Grant on the return. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. On second down, here's Wilson. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough third down. On third down, Wilson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe... Yeah, you've taught me this before. Maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A very solid gain of 27. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch.
And this is caught inside the 5. A big play there for Philly. 52 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Now it's Lott. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The return man is Grant. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call.
Gotta go, in and out, let's go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To throw is Wilson. To throw on 2nd down. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right? And sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about
nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Cowboys have recovered.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
Throwing now, Luck. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
From the end zone, Luck. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Throw left side complete to QT. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Off of play action, Luck. He's going to air one out. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to, because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
Here comes Grant on the return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They are down big. They have not scored a single point I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room, get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coach say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw is Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Luck going to throw it. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And that is incomplete. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
So for Philadelphia, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for